Good evening, y'all. How's it going? Trying to make sure. Let me do this. Put up King Cheese. How's it going? Just checking something here. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Let me turn this down of hair. Today's been a day. Yesterday was a day. Man, it's been crazy. I'm switching some Rusty for Splatfest tomorrow. Sounds good. Sounds good. I don't care if I'm rusty, to be honest. It's gonna be a fun time, right? Really rusty? I gotcha. Alright, here's a question. Did I actually do everything yesterday in this game? I hope I did. Because my internet shut the fuck down yesterday, which was the worst. So, okay, I did. So we're gonna start off doing a few things. We're doing the normal stuff. This isn't updated. Okay. So we're gonna start off doing commissions. We're gonna finish the treasure stuff, get that all taken care of, and then we're gonna do Ganyu's quest. By the way, for reference's sake, I did pull Ganyu. That's Chung-Yoon. Don't worry about him. But yeah, I did get Ganyu. I haven't tested her out or anything. I've checked her skills. She looks pretty good. As usual, I do have the banner character at 1 constellation. And also, I got another Gene. So we're at 4 of constellations with Gene, which is crazy. What up, Sparks? How's it going? Alright, so it's down there. I think Delta's been catching up to me. Yeah, Delta kind of has. Sun's been playing again, but I guess he hasn't been leveling. So I'm starting to be the one to play. This also looks like a terrible, absolute terrible time for treasure. At least the music is amazing. Yeah, by the way, I've been asleep all day. So if you guys have been like, Kit, aren't you supposed to be doing this? Aren't you supposed to be doing this? Kit, aren't you supposed to update the docket because you're stupid? The answer is yes. Hold on. There we go. So let me explain what's been going on, because fucking it's been crazy. So I've learned that, well, I've learned a few things, okay? Well, I mean, the thing that's like not a huge surprise to absolutely anybody is the fact that I've been a little bit sleep deprived lately, I think is the best way to put it. Just a little bit sleep deprived. And the main reason for sleep deprivation is because I work a shit ton. And not like work, like we're talking, what the fuck? Oh, this is rude. However, this is actually really, really nice. This is actually super nice. Look at it. Yeah, I've been kind of like very much overworking myself for like YouTube stuff and content creation and all that sort of jazz. And as much as I would like to, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so there's like, this is Yeah, I've been trying to get like a lot of YouTube stuff done. I've been trying to get like... I'm trying to get a lot of shit done. And, it hasn't been the greatest, you know? Because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens, YouTube-wise and other. Dude, alright. Let me see if I can get this guy. This is kind of crazy, I will say. I think we'll be fine though. This is kind of crazy. I think doing something like this is kind of nice. He's just getting bodied. He is getting bodied. What is going on? I was talking about a story. Things are going okay. Now I'm currently getting killed. You know what? This is unfortunate. Oh god. Ow, ow. This is an unfortunate situation that we seem to run into. Let's heal real quick. Dude, what the fuck happened in this? Sure, Tartaglia, you get a lot of shit. Happy birthday. Dude, this is like the worst.
No time to lose.
This is like the worst, dude. Are you gonna do the same thing too? Alright, I think that hitting you seems like a great idea. No! Motherfucker. I wish that I was doing better at this. Dude, the fact that these guys are spinning a ton too is crazy. That's where this issue is coming in. Like, this issue is more the fact that there are things that are killing me in numerous directions. Oh god. Please, I'm gonna need you to... Oh god. Okay, come on. There we go. There we go. We're making progress. Dude, this is like the legitimate worst. Jesus. Okay, we got him. We got one. Can I get this guy killed, please? Can I get this guy killed? I just don't want anyone to fucking do this shit! Where's City Dude? City Dude? Oh, catching is in a bad spot. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh god, dude, these guys are scary. Alright, one's down. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I was telling a story, things are going fine. Vibes and frustration's not fun, true. Not wrong. Holy crap, they're all dead. That was so scary, dude. Holy fuck. That was a bit intense now, wasn't it? Okay, back to the story of like what the fuck's been going on. So fun fact, Chi-Chi's story in Genshin, that's gonna be up tomorrow. So like those of you guys who are like, hey Kit, where's Chi-Chi's story? You finished it a long ass time ago. Where the fuck is it, bruh? It's done. It's actually all set to go. Fun fact. So, yeah, Chi-Chi's story is actually all set to go. I have done all the stuffs. So, also, I've learned more about editing while editing Chi-Chi's story. For example, I have learned that the reason why you may see pictures of people with like a bunch of like edited audio and such, and a bunch of split audio, is because people cut up a whole lot of stuff. Like they cut the audio to get rid of dead air, which is super smart. I didn't realize that people did that, and now I do. And now I got kicked in the face. Man, tired vibes were not fun. Let me tell you guys. Brain's like trying to process things right now, and it is not. It's not working. But yeah, with editing the Chi-Chi video, and then also like work has been what we can call extreme frustrations at work. Like my actual job. Yeah. What a fun time. Hey, Justin, how have you been? Long time no see. There's something over on this island, isn't there? Of course there is. Hilly churls, apparently on this island. My brain is still processing. Like I literally woke up like 10 minutes before the stream started. So let me like think about what the fuck I'm doing. Come on. Why a random chest show up? I'm confused. Supposed to break down and find evidence. I gotcha. See, with me, like my brain is just tired, but it's mainly because like, oh my gosh, it's all the coins. I don't want to be here anymore. You're good. School comes first. School always comes first. Don't ever have to apologize if you're doing schoolwork. Mount Aozon. We're actually gonna do this first. I've also noticed, I really don't know why this is, I've been extremely fucking thirsty lately. Like, really thirsty. Like, I found myself, yesterday, and I'll get to that game in a bit. I found myself yesterday, like, going through shit tons of water.
No time to lose.
Like, I couldn't fucking help it. I think I went through like 5 or 6 bottles of water. And it's not even hot here or anything. I'm just fucking thirsty. And I don't know why, and it fucking sucks. Because I'm trying not to drink too much shit, so. It's weird. It'd be weird.
No time to lose.
There's this fucker. I was like, I saw the cloud. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And that's this cloud. We were also supposed to I'm gonna turn this down because I'm noticing that it's really loud for you guys. I don't know why, but apparently it's so loud. Anywho, so Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. I want to get it. I am gonna get it. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. So here's the gist. It's on the Epic Games Store, first off, and meh. I have some issues with the Epic Games Store. And this is purely as just somebody who likes achievements and everything too. Like, there's no like showing about if there's any achievements. There's no showing about like, I don't know. For some reason I just have issues with it. I'm also not a big Epic Games fan, I guess you could say. Though they do have some good games. Gears of War is good. I think they're the ones who made Gears of War. But it's weird to me that they have exclusives over there and Steam can't have them. You might call me a Steam loyalist, and that's okay. Where the fuck is this? That's definitely not Mount Aozang. That is up here. Whatever. So, Scott Pilgrim: The World, the game on PC is on Epic Games Store. So, like, that's one place. And I don't have an account, and I don't know if I want to make an account. But I found out that Hitman 3 is an Epic Games Store exclusive as well, which is just, it's weird that there's exclusives. Like, why not have them on both platforms? Just saying. Anyway, is this guy already dizzy? He is. Oh, I was about to say, because I think his fingers injured. Are you okay, buddy? This guy. So I'm thinking about getting it on PS4, aka PS5, because I can just buy it on the PS4 store here on the PS5. Issue that I'm running into is I technically have and also don't have people to play it with. So originally, right, it was supposed to be Cube, Doge, myself. We're gonna play through it. And I'm kind of talking more to Cube and Doge. I don't think they're completely on board with wanting to play it. We all have different like takes on like what games we want to play and so on and so forth for like co-op and multiplayer. I'll hydrate here in a moment. Like, we all have a bunch of different takes on like which games we personally want to play. And I'm down to play any single game that the guys want, but I think, I don't know, it might just be me, but it looks like to me that no one's been showing any interest in Scott Pilgrim: The World versus the World the game, even though I really want to give it a try. So, because like, Cube and I are definitely going to be playing Monster Hunter Rise in that case. I don't know if Doge is though. Doge also wants to play Monaco, which I'm down to play as well. I don't think Cube is down to play Monaco. But also, like, I'm busy with like the full game schedule. So I'm just like, okay, so we can't, right now it doesn't seem like we can even decide on a game that we all want to go off together. So, you know, it's gonna be a minute before we figure out a game that we can all play. But at the same time, I heard that Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game is actually fine if you play it as single player. I've heard it's, you know, it's still good, and you know, you still like, the only difference is just playing with friends is easier, if I recall. I don't know if anyone wants to confirm or deny that, but I've heard that playing with friends just makes the game easier. There's not like anything that I'm missing if I'm playing with friends or not. So more than likely, we'll play Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game, and we'll probably just do solo moving forward. There are also a few people who have asked, like, hey, do you want to do co-op, like, together? And, like, join up? And, I've mostly have said no. Is that Core Lapis? It is. Goodbye, Core Lapis. I'm sorry for leaving you behind. It's just I don't I have some like worries when doing co-op games with a few people. Like I do have some reservations, so that's why I'm like maybe not. Hey, nicely done, King Cheese. Congratulations. Where did this? There it is. Okay, I was like, where? Ah, co-op challenge.
Nowhere to hide.
Where is this target location? Oh. Interesting. Okay, I understand how that works. That's actually really cool. So we're gonna do this, this.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Well, I might actually need somebody
Get
for
used to
this.
this.
I actually might need a friend for this. Because somebody's gonna have to go up while the other person's on the ground. And nobody is my level. That's great.
I could get used to this.
Oh, it's over there. Okay, so I have to jump right. Jump top right. I think I know. I think I can do this. If it takes 3 jumps, then this might be okay. So we do this. Do this. Here. Here. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is definitely has to be like, I need a friend. Here's the problem. None of my friends can come to my world. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I don't really need it. There we go. That is everything. And I got that little rose Sealy thing to do. So we're good. Look at this little guy. He can just follow me. I don't think he's actually a treasure Sealy. I think he just can follow me. That's adorable. Love it. Pretty. Let's move on. I'm also trying to do Udapri stuff while at the same time. So, but yeah, if for Scott Pilgrim, I'm gonna wait on playing it. I'm probably gonna get it for the PS4, which in this case is also the PS5. And what will end up happening is I'll just probably play it by myself. Vaporized. Yeah, that's not saying anything bad to anybody. It's just.
Amateur mistake.
Oh god, get away! Yeah, I'm just thinking that best case since usual group is not interested, I'm just gonna play just solo in that game. But we'll stream it eventually. I just don't know when that eventually is. So yeah. At the same time, we got some Kid's got some things also coming up here. Brain is working overdrive right now. Kid's brain is not functioning, unfortunately. By the way, is the game too loud right now or something? Because, like, OBS is saying that it's super fucking loud. So let me know if it is. 'Cause, like, it's saying it is, but on my end it's also not. But I have my headphones turned on, so. Sorry, I have a little bit of worry there. Volume is fine. Okay. Yeah, it's showing that the game volume is pretty loud, but I don't know if there's a reason for that. Oh, that might be the reason. Hold on. Oh, let's make little noises. How adorable. I think he just called me Mama. I'm a little concerned. Alright, where's the last one here? There's one more somewhere. All the way in Mondstadt. Sweet. Also, yeah, we were going to do Hat in Time today as well, but, you know, things change on a whim, such as being super tired. God, I know why I'm tired. It sucks, and I'd like it to go away, but I can't, so I'm fucked. It's fine. Bring some ocean vibes. Let's go. Ocean vibes. But I should be back into tip-top shape later or something. I don't know. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Nowhere to hide.
Nothing to worry about. Feels like my brain has to like recharge though every now and again. Oh, and we also got the fucking Split Splatfest. So I've already announced on Discord what team I'm gonna be on, and also Twitter to an extent. But I'm gonna be on Team Mushroom for the Splatfest, and there's a few reasons for it. There's actually a few reasons for it that I feel like are valid, and not much I can do about it. First and foremost, no one's gonna be on Team Mushroom. Let's just get that. Let's get just Captain Obvious out of the way. No one's gonna be on Team Mushroom. But which is a better power-up, Star or Mushroom? Obviously, it's Star. Obviously, the answer is Star. We don't have to go any further. However, the Kit Boy realized something the other day.
No time to lose.
And realized that if like 90% of people are Team Star, which it's looking like to be, that means that there's a few reasons being on Team Mushroom is better. One, being on Team Mushroom means that we're always going to be going up against Team Star players, which is pretty nice, right? Pretty nice. Part two, if I was giving a shit about the pin, it's so much easier to get the pin for Team Mushroom because there's, once again, fewer people to worry about. But also three, there's something that's going on. There's something that's going on in the Splatooniverse, I guess you can say, that significant amount of people are Team Star there. And there's that morbid, curious part of me that's just like, what if I just constantly go against them, right? Not even ill will, though some of them definitely ill will. But what if we just, you know, do crazy things? So we might do that. We might. We'll see. Now, My how are we putting this? My discretion's advised to some people. You know, there's the Squids for Kids charity that's gonna be going on over on YouTube. Which, you know, I'm not dumb, I'm like unaware. I know that's still happening. Because I'm public enemy number 1 over there. A lot of people, you know, that's why I'm probably not gonna be like super supportive of it. I mean, it's definitely a good cause, so you should support the cause itself. But, you know, I have my reservations about people. That's something I've actually been realizing more and more lately. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing. Let's just be real. It's probably a really bad thing. But, you know, there's that part of me that's like, maybe it's good. Maybe Kit's not being an idiot. Maybe Kit's definitely being an idiot. We don't fucking... Kit's probably being an idiot. Let's be real. But... I've learned that I'm super outspoken about what other people do. And I'm pretty sure that if I keep my mouth shut, I probably would get along with some other content creators a lot more. But you know what? I'm a critic. I criticize what people do quite a lot. Fuck yeah, I can get criticized a ton. I don't give a shit. Like, I'd love to get criticized. It helps me get better as a person. And as a content creator, you know? But, I'm pretty sure just me being super outspoken, not really that big, not that good of a thing. You know, I've also learned a few things the other day too. So, I'm gonna talk about some other streams real quick. I was actually watching and kind of assisting a little bit in Vic Vion's stream because she actually plays Genshin quite a bit. And so do some other people in the Splatoon community, you know, like Sapehill, Casero, Delta Storm, and Delta is actually, so that Delta that was messaging the other day, that's Delta Storm, and I should have remembered that Delta Storm is Delta, but I'm stupid and don't pay attention to who's. So, anywho, I have no issues with any of them, obviously. Casero's really chill, Sape's really chill. I know Casero and Delta. I mean, obviously I know Delta is friendship. But anywho, where am I going with this? Brain, please, I need you. Friendo stream. But oh yeah, so I was part of, like, I was like watching Vic's stream and like talking and everything too. And one, I'm glad I'm not on Vic's shit list because Vic is awesome and we should definitely support her. And the fact that she plays Genshin, that's great. That is absolutely great. Yeah, I'm also like, you know, it's a fun time. But something I've learned is that how do I put this? I've learned that in her chat there is a prominent member of the Splatoon community who I think raises big issues with me constantly, but I don't think they're a creator. I don't think they're a creator, but I don't think I've ever gotten along with this person. I know why. I know why on my end, why I don't particularly like them. And it's... I think it's honestly probably unfair to them because I don't fully know them. But this person in particular is very prominent on a lot of like Splatoon content creator streams. And after everything that happened with a certain other content creator who, you know, we're not treading that road again because, like I said, there's my reservations there. After everything that happened there, I think they have me listed as enemy number 1, and because they have a lot of influence on other people's streams, that might be a reason why. I'm not sure. Here's the thing. It's so weird being in the position I'm in, okay? With not even just the Splatoon community, but with like a lot of YouTube creators as well. Because there's obviously the ones that I'm still friends with and love playing games with. You got James Clark, who's awesome, Vic. I have no issues with, like, say, Otteron. I don't know if Otteron has issues with me, though. You know, there's still, like, some unknowns. But as far as the people, like, I'm chill with, you know, you got Vic, James, Dumo, Kazoo, you know, all of them, like, I'm still super chill with, and it's just always a fun time. But there's some that, like, I'm looking for answers. You know, there's some that I feel like is pretty obvious why I probably am not on their, like, favorite person list. You know, there's people I've been super, super critical of in the past that has got me in trouble. You know, we're not, like I said, not treading that road again. There's some people who have openly talked about and kind of criticized the games that they're playing just because it's going to do more harm to them than good in the end. And I still fully believe that to this day. I'm being vague for reasons, okay? Being vague for reasons. Excuse me. But, you know, I don't outright have any issues with anybody. I think out of every person who I've streamed with or knew when it came to streaming on YouTube, there is one person, there is only one person that I can think of that I legitimately had a ton of issue with and just honestly hated their guts. Also, will not say who that is. But I know that there is at least one person who I just severely never got along with, never will get along with, and we both, you know, we both are fine with that. It's just how it works. And a lot of you probably be like, oh, or a lot of you who are from the YouTube portion might be like, oh, I know exactly who it is, and you're wrong. Trust me. You're definitely wrong in that aspect. This is the person who all I'm gonna say is that jealousy kind of rules how they think, and I hate it when somebody gets overtly jealous over such minute things. And I know there's the argument that, oh, it might not be minute to them. Oh, trust me, it's minute. It's incredibly minute. Like, it's something that you don't know why anyone would be jealous of, sort of thing. Like, that's what it gets to. But yeah, I think that person and I, like, we have this mutual understanding that we just don't like each other, and that's how that goes. But, like, a lot of the people that are either in the Squids for Kids stream, either they're in the Squids for Kids stream, or they're like, you know, friends with them who do it. I feel like I'm on their shit list, and I don't fully know why. You know, it's like you're trying to connect a map of, like, hey, what are the things that I have done to get me to the position I'm in right now? And it's like you really can't. And that's the weird thing. Is, like, I'd love to, like, shit. Well, this is about to be super annoying. That's fine. I'll just switch to Chi-Chi when need be. But, like, it's weird because, like, I want to talk to them and be like, hey, question, why do you hate me? Just so I know. Like, it's a weird thing to just want to, like, go up to somebody and be like, hey, can I just ask you, like, man to man, mono-y-mono, why do you hate me? I don't know if I'm going to change the reason. I just want to know. It just sounds weird. But, like, I kind of do want to know for a lot of people. I'm not saying my, like, viewers hate me. I know that viewers hate me because I deal with trolls in such a very mean manner. We've seen my takes on trolls. Which one troll? I think I went a bit hard on one troll. I'm gonna say. I think I was particularly pissed off with it. Regardless of the case. Why is this guy over here? That guy is over there. These guys are just everywhere. What the hell? But I'd just like to know, you know? One person I'm actually surprised that I apparently am honestly chill with is Vian. Honestly. I'm glad that all of the rumors and everything of like Vian hating me, I'm glad they're all deemed false, which is great. Honestly, it's a great feeling that that's false. However, I have a feeling I know who started the rumor that that was the case. And no, it's not the usual. It's not the quote-unquote obvious culprit. I don't believe they would do something like that. But I do know think I know somebody who does. Sorry for being like overtly like kind of pessimistic today. It's just when you see the Squids for Kids thing and like you see everybody who's on that list, and for me personally, when you're were friends with a lot of them, and it's a very big like were friends, right? Like it kind of eats away at you. I'm gonna be real. It honestly does eat away at me. Because do I have regrets about what happened in the past? Absolutely. Like there's always people who are out there who are like, oh man, you should, you know, no regrets, so on and so forth. And for me personally, I'm definitely like, no, I do have regrets about the situation, right? There's nothing like, unfortunately, there's nothing that I could have done to change what all happened, and there's nothing I could have done to alleviate everything that's happened, right? But I'm still gonna feel regret. At the end of the day, I'm absolutely gonna feel regret about what happened. Just put it in like, there's so many like downsides too for the fact that like things are the way they are right now. Because put it this way, there's a lot of people, a lot of friends, or I guess, I don't know if we'd say former friends of mine or anything. It really just depends on what they think, I suppose. There's a lot of people who are like, you know, they're starting to play Genshin right now, and they're like wanting help, and they just need this and that. And then you have me over here who, you know, AR-53 and, you know, knows a shit ton about this game, more than probably most people. And I can't even help out my friends, or people who I think are my friends, because I'm on this, like, I feel like I'm on the shit list with a lot of people. And I think it really just boils down to everything that happened in that one situation. And like I said, I definitely should have handled the situation better. That's very, very true. And I'm not gonna ever forget that I should have handled the situation better. I'm somebody who, like, it eats away at me. I'm not somebody who just, like, lets something, like, just die down, right? Like, if I fucked up, yo, I fucked up. And I admit that I fucked up. I still will say that it was a good thing for me to bring to attention the issues at hand, right? I still will say that it was a good thing, and then that portion worked out for the best. I will always continue to say that. That part I don't regret. Could I have handled it better? Absolutely. Could I have handled it behind closed doors? Honestly, I'd say no, right? I'd honestly say I don't think it was ever possible to handle that behind closed doors. Based on the situation at hand and the people involved, talking to them in a message, it would have gotten ignored. Straight up, it would have gotten ignored. And it did get ignored, honestly. I did send messages trying to, like, clear the situation and trying to be like, yo, hey, just letting you know, like, you got, like, this is a thing. You know, it got ignored, right? There's not much I can do to stop that, too. Like, if I can't control what the other person hears or things. So I still think I handled it the best I possibly could, much to the chagrin of, right? But the fact of, like, how many people were affected, and, like, how many people, like, seem to hate me on that site now, like, that's the thing that gets to me. And it's not even like, oh, haters, like, your haters get to you. No, it's the fact that a lot of these people were my friends, right? And the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, like, I tried my best to get the situation cleared up and, like, you know, get the person to listen. They finally listened, cool, but at the cost of me having friends, you know? No, it's a downer sort of thing, but I just wanted to bring up, like, this topic just because it's just been nagging at me, you know? It's just honestly been nagging at me. Now, so, like, I think though the biggest like group regret, I'm gonna be real, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately, like a lot. Some of you in chat might know, some of you who don't know my YouTube stuff probably does not know, but the Cafe Coalition, regardless of some things there that I'm not going to get into that I think only the person involved knows about. Besides just that, there we go. So I'm trying to see if I can get this taken care of. I need Chi-Chi because this fucking this electricity dude fucking sucks to fight. Like supremely sucks to fight. How do I put this, y'all? I'm sorry, I'm like bad with words right now. The Cafe Coalition, I honestly regret kind of leaving it in the state that I did. Now, do I have, like, would I have helped assist with some of the stuff that they ended up doing in the future? You know, they did that scavenger hunt? No. I definitely probably would have been super against it, honestly. I definitely would have been like, dude, it's not going to be worth it. At the end of the day, it's not going to be worth it. But, like, there's a lot of people who were my friends in Cafe Coalition, right? You know, I loved talking with Zombie. I love hanging out with Otteron. Like, dude, Otteron's such a nice person. Joel was always great to talk to. Remy, Pegasus, like I said, I have some reservations. But it is, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. At the end of, but like overall, dude, like, and Remy especially, like Remy is one of the sweetest people ever, like I've really met, who like do YouTube and everything. Like she does YouTube, and I don't know if she stopped doing YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not 100% sure if she still does YouTube or not. Because last I heard, after the situation, she kind of like vanished. Which I do think is my fault. I feel like I know it's my fault, but no one's ever confirmed or denied it. But still, like, the Cafe Coalition was a fantastic group, and I do regret kind of throwing it, like, throwing them into the mix of things. I should have just made, like, a separate thing, just saying, hey, I'm leaving. Because, to be fair to them, none of them knew. I think we're okay. I don't think anybody in the Cafe Coalition knew that I was leaving until I made the video. And to be honest, I didn't even like... Man, during that video, that one video, I think I didn't... You know, say what you will about that one video. I probably should have, like, kept my leaving Cafe Coalition sort of thing out of it. Like, made a separate video regarding leaving the Cafe Coalition. I don't know. There's so many, like, what-if scenarios, y'all. There's so many, like, what-if. And, you know, I like to be somebody who, like, doesn't dwell on, like, the past too much and, like, you know, I kind of advertise or, like, vocalize, hey, you know, try not to focus on the past at all, right? Focus on the now, focus on the present, keep moving forward. I mean, unfortunately with me, though, like, there's something in my brain that's just been telling me, like, I do have the regrets and such for that, particularly. Also, Spokes did hydrate. Sorry. I was so focused.
These bombs, so
Here's
heavy.
hydrate. Now, I guess a question that could be asked, because, you know, this all is kind of stemming back from the fact that there's Squids for Kids going on, and I know I'm kind of not, at least the vibe that I get is I'm not allowed anywhere near Squids for Kids. That's kind of the vibe I've been getting from the people who are part of it. Um, which, you know, understandable, I feel like. I think that's just what's been drawing a lot of this, is because, like, I see a lot of people who I collabed with in the past and, you know, are friends with, and we're friends with. And they're all going to be part of this thing. And while I'm pretty sure, like, I probably would have never done an event, like, done that event again, for reasons I've already talked about, I still would have liked to at least support them, you know? But I digress, I digress. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, what's done's done. What's happened's happened. Unfortunately, I can't change everything, and I can't really change what those people think of me. So, you know, I just gotta keep moving forward. Now I gotta prove myself to them as well. Hello, Mr. This person. And these Abyss Mages. These Abyss Mages are terrible. The Water Abyss ones are the worst because you just have to freeze them first and then hit them with fire. So. Now, I will say, kind of like ending or like full circling the topic and talking about Splatoon, I think it still was a good... I still think it was a good idea, though, still having that distance between myself and those other creators. Not because of everything, not just because of everything that happened, and I know it's mainly on me, but also because, if y'all think about it, if for everyone who was there during, like, YouTube and everything, during the YouTube stuff, YouTube days, weeks, months, whatever, years, what were the majority of collabs on my channel? That weren't including Cube or Doge, like including other big creators. What was all collabs? And legitimately, it was every single collab, maybe, except for like 2 or 3. Splatoon. It was always Splatoon, always Splatoon. Also, I'm still jealous of Squidman, before anyone asks. I literally blinked. I was like trying to think of Squidman's name. I couldn't think of it. It's been a minute. Anywho, so every single collab that was ever with anybody was always Splatoon. And I think that's the one thing that, like, I guess I don't mind missing, is the fact that at least there's people out there right now who, that when they do want to do collabs, that it's with a variety of games. It's not just Splatoon. Because, man, I was getting so tired of just, hey, would you like to do a collab? Sure, Splatoon. I'm like, sure? Why not? Okay, Splatoon works. Okay. I guess we're doing Splatoon. And it was just so constant of just every single time was just Splatoon. Like, you know, there's some people like with Travis and like Ema where I wanted to stream A Way Out with them, which I think might still happen in the future one day, maybe. A Way Out looks like a fun co-op game. But the downside, you know, is that everyone I knew back then only wanted to do Splatoon. There was the times where they wanted to do Ninjala when it came out, but at the time that was when I had a bit of an ego trip. Let's be real. I'm calling it as it is. I had an ego trip. I'm not, you know, I'm kind of ashamed of the fact that it was that big of an ego trip, but it was an ego trip of Ninjala, and, you know, I knew where I standed. I'm pretty sure my ego trip, not only was it because I knew I was good at the game, is like, once again, the whole thing of don't trust Kit, I think is a good portion of that. I'll talk about that in a bit. But with that, with like Ninjala, I think me also like, you know, playing the game back at E3 and feeling like I knew majority more than others. Yeah, it was definitely like a big ego trip there. I don't, you know, fully regret it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Because I will say, the ego trip did allow for some things to be used that I will admit to. I will admit that due to the ego trip, I was maybe lying to a lot of people I was playing. Predominantly because... So, let's talk Ninjala for a little bit, okay? Ninjala started off as a game about skill, and then I turned it on my end to a game of diplomacy, and I think that's where a lot of my ego trip came from. For some who may remember those streams, you may recall the fact that there were people I would be like, hey, we're actively working with you, and like, I'm gonna like help you out, dude, or dudette, and making sure like, you know, we get top 4, we'll be fine, it'll be good. Admittedly, as players, I cared about them. However, as teammates, I'm gonna be real, really didn't. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There may have been quite a lot of times, and because I knew how the game was being played and everything, and like the meta, and so on and so forth, there may have been times where I knew people were in streams, and I would, you know, be like, hey, you know, let's not target each other. But if you were eagle-eyed, you knew I was still targeting. I think maybe like 1 or 2 people probably picked up on it, I'm gonna be honest. But I don't think people realized that it was the long con is what was happening. Like it definitely was the long con with Ninjala. And it wasn't because like I hated the people I was playing against. Did I just spawn a Whopper Flower? No, I didn't. It wasn't because I disliked the people I was playing with, and it wasn't because, like, you know, I wanted to be a dick. It was, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it was because I knew that there were some people who were absolutely better than me. Like, absolutely better than me at the game. Skill-wise, they would beat me 9 times out of 10. But if I, you know, happen to just say, hey, we're a team, let's not attack each other. That gives me the edge when I'm, you know, attacking them. Because what will happen, right, is that they'll like look at me and they'll be like, oh, that's Kit. Okay, I can't attack him. Which gives me more reason that I can attack them and get rid of them easily. And I don't think people realize that was my strategy majority of the time going into Ninjala. And once again, it's not because I wanted to be a dick, it's because I knew, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, I fucking knew that if I, you know, talk to people and like convince them to listen to me, it's like Among Us, right? The moment you listen to me, you get trapped in the Kit ways, you fall for the Kit charm, and you just listen to me. And then as a result, tell you whatever you want in those games, right? It's not like this is real life sort of stuff. I'm saying just in those games particularly. You'll listen to me, you'll believe every word that I say, and then, you know, I'll win, and I don't really mind if you lose. At the end of the day, I'm being real, right? Now, flip side, Dead by Daylight, right? Dead by Daylight, I always am going to play team. Right? I'm always going to play team, but if I become a realist that it's going to be a hatch game, you know, I'm going to do what I have to do to survive that. And I think that's how everyone should play Dead by Daylight, right? You play Dead by Daylight by... If you, excuse me. If there's 2 people left and there's 3 gens left, you know it's a hatch game. You don't be like, yeah, we're gonna try to get all the rest of the gens done. You can think that, you know, I'll let you think that, but realistically, it's a team game until you realize that like your group is screwed. But with an Ninjala, and this once again goes for like Among Us and everything too. I think this is the best way to put it, and I'm fine with saying this because like I legitimately just have no reservations about it. I just don't care at the end of the day, right? I play Among Us and back then Ninjala for me. I don't care what anyone else does. I don't care if I'm the first person dead. I don't. I just play however the fuck I want to play, and if people don't have fun because of it, then either they need to get me killed, or they need to, you know, figure out what I'm doing and then... But I legitimately just don't care. You know, if I'm playing Imposter, I'm gonna lie like my fucking life depends on it, because really it does. If I'm playing Crewmate, you know, I'll lie sometimes, I don't care. Why? Because to me it's more fun. But I'm not gonna be like a dickhead. That's, I think, the key difference between myself and a few others, is I'm not gonna be a dick when I'm like going on about it. I will express genuine remorse if certain things happen. And I think that's something that, you know, is surprising to probably a few people, or quite a lot of people. Is like when I'm playing games like Among Us, or if I'm playing games like Ninjala, and it gets to that point where, you know, I'm lying my ass off, or I'm using my diplomacy for the best of it. Right? Like, I will do everything that I can to just make sure that I have fun, and then, you know, if my fun is getting in the way of others, I do sincerely apologize, and that's why I don't like, you know, doing group collabs for Among Us for that long, because I know there's going to be a point where somebody's going to be like, so Kit's like been doing the same thing and like targeting me or doing this or doing that. Can we do something about this? And like that point I'll be like, I could just leave, like, I don't care. Now, has this happened in a collab? Not really, I'm gonna be honest. With HPC's collab of Among Us, I legitimately wanted to make sure everyone was having a fun time, and I just didn't, like, well, I didn't care for myself being there, I'm gonna be real, and HPC knew this, right? HPC knew that for Among Us, I really didn't care for being there. Like, I wanted to have fun, but I knew there was, like, majority of the people there I was not getting along with. And that's just how the cookie crumbled there. So I just played for myself, and, you know, if anyone had any reservations or any issues with it, you know, I was not opposed to just sitting back and just letting them do whatever they wanted. But going back to the Ninjala portion of it, do I feel bad about... Because there was the whatever our clan name was. I'm gonna be real, I never really remembered the clan name that I created, because fucking I didn't care. I really didn't. Not, you know, just the Legion. Thank you. For me, and this is just the long and short of it, and this is just how I play that game, because to me that game stopped becoming a game of skill, and it just became a game of having alliances and just knowing when to backstab alliances. Honestly, I felt like creating that clan, the Legion, was honestly just me. I think it was just honestly me. We were saying good morning. Hey, good morning, War. Hope your day goes well as well. Pleasure seeing you. Hope you've been well. I've been a lot of it, admittedly, but yeah. When it came to the Legion, say what you will about like everybody who was a part of it there and everyone who joined. I want to say that Jabe aka Crash. I think Crash caught on to the fact that like I was using it purely as like, this is diplomacy. We're all friends now. And while I will say I will never attack you, in reality, I will attack you because you're obviously a better player, and the only way I'm going to ever be able to beat you is by cheap tactics. And to me, like, and I don't know how many people agree with this notion, to me, if you're going up against a stronger opponent, right? If you are going up against a significantly stronger opponent, sometimes you gotta cut your losses and like just go with the dirty tactics, right? To me, it's diplomacy, right? You know, I'll be your friend in like whatever team game aside from Dead by Daylight, because Dead by Daylight I will legitimately be your friend the entire time. But like a majority of team games, I'll be your friend up until the point that like if you're the better player, I'll be your friend if we're on the same team, but if it comes down to individual parts, like I'm going to use that absolutely against you. And that's just like my way of dealing with people who are, you know, better at me compared to XYZ things. This thing's crazy. Dude, I hate this thing. And I'm not trying to be like a dick about it. That's the thing. I don't ever want to be a dick. Like every time I did apologize to like So or Jade or anybody who we were playing with, anytime I apologized to them, I was being sincere. I'm going to be 100% honest, as I have been. I legitimately felt sorrow and like regret whenever like I'd overlooked it. If I was laughing by the time that was going on, right? If I was, you know, if I killed them in the game and I was laughing while saying sorry, let's be real, you can pretty much piece together that I'm not being sincere. But if I was saying sorry and like repeating it a ton, I was actually being legitimate at that point. I was being like, oh god, that was not my intention. And that's just what you sometimes have to do to better players in those type of games, right? Like, you have to tell them what they want to hear, make that alliance, and, you know, use it against them. And that's sometimes how you can win a game. I think another big, gosh, I've used up all my gems, right? Yeah. That was quick. No, I'm not gonna say I do that for every single team game that's out there, right? I'm not gonna say that I will, you know, do that stuff to every single person I play with. I think just to me, you know, I'm gonna do what I can to at least be up there with the better people. That's just how it goes. Though if you guys want to know a time where I think I definitely probably could have been caught for kind of that manipulation, I think it was the Cafe Coalition stream. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think the Cafe Coalition stream where we all played, where we did all play Ninjala, I think that was 100% a stream where people could have realized that, like, I was showboating, but I was showboating not to be an asshole, but because, like, in order to, like, prove, like, to at least still show that I was a good player. Even though a lot of it was just me kind of babbling, not really caring, and then just constantly trying my hardest, except for the last two games. Last two games, I ended up playing another game while playing Ninjala. I think King Cheese realized that. King Cheese or Sparks realized that during that stream, if I recall. I got a message from one of y'all being like, so, are you playing the game? And then I was like, nope. So I think it's also, that was Sparks. Also could have been Cassie. It's somebody in this chat. What I will also say though is like, man, I'm such a conniving person when it comes to those type of games. If there's any game that I can involve diplomacy in, like, man, I feel like I'm just devilishly cunning when it comes to that sort of stuff. Alright. Saying that name, so I know somebody called me out on it. That I wasn't trying. Might have been somebody else. I don't know. Wait a second. You're level 80. Oh, once I do this again, then move up. Sure. Yeah. Alright. Chongyun now is part... Sorry, now focusing on the game that we're playing. Chongyun's now good to use. Which means that... Do I have any actual artifacts for this build? I might, admittedly. Noblesse Oblige, Blizzard. Is this the Blizzard Stare? Yeah. Attack, crowd damage, crit damage. Yo, this one's actually really good. Hold the phone. You know what? That's actually not that bad. That's actually really not bad. That's actually probably one of his best things. So that's one. Noblesse. Is this Thundersealer? Dude, do I not have a Noblesse up here? Oh yeah, because I don't go for Noblesse up here. I think this is the Noblesse one, yeah. This one has to be HP. I feel like this is good for somebody, but I don't know who. Energy recharge, attack, defense. Crit damage, elementary damage. I think this would be a good one. Energy recharge, attack. Let's see what we can get with this. Let's see what our bonus attribute's gonna be. Crit damage, perfect. Yeah. You'll wear that one. So I don't have anything for you here. What about here? That's Noblesse. Yeah. Chi-Chi's using that right now, and I don't think she should, but I digress there. HP, crit damage, attack, energy recharge. HP percent up, I don't think I want because I want cryo damage up, right? I think, yeah, this one I definitely want cryo damage up. Which, this is actually fucking amazing. Holy cow. I think this one's gonna be our one random one. Energy recharge? Holy hell, this is like his greatest thing in the world. Okay, you're holding on to that for the rest of your life, buddy. So I need 2 Noblesses. Let's see. Where's the Blizzard stuff? When a character attacks an opponent after a cryo, their is increased by 20%. It's an additional 20%. Why is that like interesting. I mean, that's Scholar. Do I have a Noblesse hat? I don't. Because I don't usually go for it. Oh, well, there's this. So this one needs crit damage increase. So I think the feather and the mask are going to be the ones for that. But for the time being, I'm just going to have him equip sure. That. I got to keep trying, Sparks. Got to keep trying. Is that a... Yeah, it's a purple. Just trying to see. Is there another gladiator one I could do? Well, okay, hold on. So I have 2 gladiators. I have 2 blizzards, so it doesn't matter what my other one is. We'll do... sure. Actually, that one. Cool. Alright, Chongyun can now be used. Let's get him in the party. We'll switch him out for Lee. So yeah, right now we have... How many people need to hit rank 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8, which really means that I can kind of focus on getting their weapons and everything powered up, and their artifacts. The problem we're about to run into, though, is that there's actually a few of them that are about to hit rank 10.
Present.
Let me check our friendship levels, because he's at 6, be a bit. Ketching's at 7, you're at 9, you're at 9. You're at 8, you're at 3, and you're at... Yeah, Sucrose and Chongyun are new to the team, so... Not how it be sometimes, though, Sparks. Okay.
No time to lose.
Oh my gosh, it has bunny ears. I'm gonna give Chongyun a try a little bit, and then I know exactly what we're gonna be doing in a bit. So, also, hold on, I gotta update a thing. What am I doing? Timers.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Chongyun a try, because I actually have not seen how he plays. So we'll do stuff like this.
A touch of frost.
Let's see. So once that's away,
Don't blink. Wind, hear me.
I mean, he also has like a really weak weapon. Technically, all my characters have really weak weapons. He has some good synergies in this. This is actually... He's interesting. It's definitely an interesting sort of character. Because then it goes away. And then it hit again. He's also like a really fast wielding... So you have a 4 hit. Okay. It's definitely strong. Got careless. Okay. Interesting. He's definitely an interesting character, to say the least. Just sort of give it assignment. See, I've been almost sleeping at work lately. I'm gonna be real. I've been like super tired at work and just have not been focused, so I've been like on the verge of sleeping at work. So. Oh, hello. Let's see what we can do here. See, it's nice that we have a cryo character. Now I can do more damage with Electro. That makes sense. Okay, so I have an idea. Yeah, Yeah, he's not super strong, admittedly. And that's just because I don't have everyone's weapons or everything like leveled up as they should be. Also, oh shit, dude. There's also I have a choice I gotta make too.
No time to lose.
Hold on, we're gonna check something out after we do we fight this dude.
One with my blade. Spirit blade.
Interesting character, though. Definitely interesting character. So, I know that the title of this stream, over on Twitch, if you watch this on YouTube, you don't know this. Probably Twitch it. But, on Twitch it says that we're gonna do Ganyu Story. I am gonna hold off on doing Ganyu Story for right now. And there's actually a good reason for this. Because I am finding out really quick that I'm really bad at remembering what, like, happens technically in each stream. Like, I'm really bad at remembering. And, somebody on YouTube, actually ended up disliking and, like, unsubbing from the channel. And I was really confused because there's a video that has, like, 0% likes. Okay, just one dislike because it's a VOD. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do wrong on that VOD? Did I say something, like, super bad? Like, I always kind of, like, think about it. Come to realize that it was a grinding stream. I thought it was the finale of Albedo story, but I already uploaded. So I just put the fact that the Albedo story just ends, like, twice. Even though it doesn't, I just happened to forget what happened during the stream that was uploaded and was like, yeah, this works. So, and I think it throws people off because, you know, Sucrose is shown in the thumbnail right now, right? For streams 37, 38, and 39, Sucrose is going to be the one in the thumbnail. So if I'm like, yo, we're doing Ganyu Story. Well, much as I'd like to do Ganyu Story, actually would like to have Ganyu in the thumbnail. I'm not really looking to change up how I do thumbnails for, like, some of the older series like Genshin and such. So I'm just gonna like have this one be 38 with Sucrose. Next stream for Genshin will be 39 with Sucrose. And then we'll do, like, a Genshin stream shortly thereafter where it's just only Ganyu Story. Which, by the way, there is going to be another Genshin stream this week, because is tomorrow the 15th, or no, Saturday's the 16th. On the 16th of January is a new event for Genshin. So, like, they just had the event for the treasure series, and now they're unveiling a new hypostasis, and there's a domain that's actually all about that. So we'll be checking that out. Stream 39, and then stream 40 will be Ganyu Story. So what that means is that after I use up all my resin, we're gonna kind of make a game plan for Genshin, and then after that we will, go from there. We'll switch to Cyberpunk then after that. I'm sorry if I've been, like, sporadic, like, commentary-wise today. My brain has not been, like, super kind, I guess you can say, lately. My brain's been, like, all over the place. When I've been talking to, like, people at work, I can't seem to formulate, like, proper sentences lately. It's been really fucking weird. So something tells me that these three... I'm checking out real quick. Something tells me that the 3 hits from the sword is not something that Changyu normally has. Something is telling me that.
I ride on wind and cloud alike.
Wind and cloud alike.
Swift and merciful.
Jesus.
Wind, hear me.
I also just realized that Chongyun really does not have a lot of HP. I don't know if that's because like he's supposed to be a dodge heavy character. Something tells me that I need to probably level up his stuff.
Nowhere to hide.
Sleepy clouds, sleepy clouds. This is also the first time in a while I've not had a
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
fire character. That's actually a little unfortunate now that I think about it.
From whence you came.
Now I can't really do anything about these guys.
Incoming. Nowhere to hide.
There we go.
Don't blink. I swear by my sword.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well at all.
One with my blade. From whence you came.
Speed of light.
Oh, this is actually going better than I expected. Not gonna lie.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Interesting. I think so. Chongyun seems like somebody now actually talking about the game for a little bit before we're about to switch.
No time to lose.
Chongyun seems like somebody you absolutely should have with Electro and Hydro users. Like honestly, I think his team comp is probably preferable with somebody with Electro, but also Hydro, so that way you can keep getting the super conduct bonus. Honestly, I think that's the way to do it.
From whence you came. Swift and merciful.
With swords.
But then you also want to keep everybody like kind of condensed, so like having like a Sucrose. Like I think his ideal team is probably with Barbara and Sucrose. Technically you could probably have it with Venti as well, but I think with Venti
No time to lose.
it's not gonna last long enough. You probably just want them up in the air as much as possible, or you want them to like stay in one place, but you also want them to like. I think it's actually really good that we have Chongyun as our next cryo user. He seems super good. He seems absolutely really good. Little bit gimmicky, I will say. But we'll see. All right, so let's check this guy's constellations. So the last attack of Chongyun's normal attack combo is 3 ice blades. Okay, so yeah, that isn't a normal thing. You're good, Sparks. You good? Each blade deals 50% Chongyun's attack as cryo damage. Banka Sheeple. Elemental skills and elemental burst cast within the frost field have their cooldown time decreased by 15%. So staying in there works. Okay, Chongyun generates 1 energy every time he hits an opponent affected by cryo, which is good. Spirit Blade Crowd Punting Star deals 50% more damage to opponents with a low percentage of their max HP and remaining than Chongyun. So we need, okay, so he needs more HP. What about you? It's ground. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's good about that. There's a bit of some. Okay. So here, this guy's all about having more HP than others. More HP percentages than others. Interesting. Because what was that? That's the Rally of Blades, right? Sounds good, Sparks. Okay, so that's actually interesting. So I probably want to level up his... What increases his HP? It's this, right? Yeah, this one's super good. So let's get this all the way to 20. Attack up, sounds good. I would like the crit damage to go up. Oops. I'm fine with getting rid of 4-star materials, by the way. I don't mind. Yeah, we are going to do Cyberpunk here in a little bit. It's interesting that he has more defense, but that's okay. I'm hoping that crit damage gets an increase, but it's, you know, not guaranteed. There we go. Cool. So I think that's definitely a good thing. See, here's the thing. We gotta figure out, like, kind of what we're doing. Obviously, we have the Illuminated Beasts of the Sea Clouds, because we do Ganyu's quest. Speaking of which, I need to do L2, so I can... Oh, I've already unlocked one. Okay, cool. Oh shit, what the hell? What are you doing here? Okay. Animo Sigil. Forgot, that's how you get Animo Sigils. Okay, so... Oops. Okay. Okay. So... This is odd, I guess is the best way to put it. So here's what I'm thinking right now. As far as our good old these guys go, like, we're super close to getting everybody, to getting people still to level 90, right? We're still super close to getting a lot of people to level 90. So with that being said, I think it's just still going to be a little bit of a grind session to get people to level 90 and going from there. So with that being said, because here's where we're at with character-wise, right? Catching needs to get to level 90. Changyu needs to get to level 90. And honestly, I'm more wanting I'm actually more so wanting Chongyun to get to level 90, mainly because Catching is close to a friendship level 10. Same goes for Sucrose. Like, I want Sucrose to be level 90. Compared it. How'd you get the little pet Sealy thing? It's this event, the Lost Riches event. Press square. Choose one of the mini Sealies. You have 3 days left to collect all the treasures, so it's not that hard. But yeah, so Chongyun and Sucrose will be the ones that we, like, level up to level 90. So I think the next things I'm gonna have to do is legitimately just grinding experience books, right? Because if we go over to Traveler, we only have 30, and we need like 100 or so per character. So I think grinding the blue ley lines is going to be what we do. On top of that, I need to get their, like, equipment better. And I think that's something that, like, after we get Sucrose up to level 90, like, I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus on everybody that we have right now. Get them all to level 90.
Definitely be something that catches your eye.
At the same time, we're going to make sure that, like, we have enough artifacts to, like, make sure that they're in good standing. So, like, we'll level up, or we're going to level up the weapons first, and then their artifacts. Side note, let me see what we have here. We got one, so we're actually about to make another one. Just do this real quick. So we make 2. We're also kind of getting low on money. Keyword being kind of.
The rite of parting?
Absolutely kind of. So, yeah. Right now, every single person that is level 80 right now, we're going to level up to level 90. Aside from Volika, she's just kind of there. So, Sucrose, Zhongli, Jean, Chongyun, and Ketching. All of them need to get to level 90. After that, we'll start focusing on getting some of these guys who are down here leveled up. I'm thinking that we will do, like, say... I'm thinking of doing, like, Ningguang. Ningguang, you don't have your book sheet. So, Noelle. I think we're doing Noelle and probably Amber next. Because I know people like to joke that Amber sucks and this, that, the other, but there is actually a good reason to have Amber. And I found that out the other day, and I wanted to show people that there's actually a very good reason to have Amber. And no, it's not like bait or anything. It's literally like a really good reason. Good old Chongyun. So, yeah, it's going to be more of a fact of getting everyone leveled up. Now, the 1.3 update, right? That's supposed to be happening in February, from what I understand. So until then, we should be getting some, like, minor things coming up, right? We have Ganyu Story Quest, and there's probably a few events that are going to happen. So once the events go live, like, I'll absolutely be streaming them, so on and so forth. Also, I forgot, I haven't done this at all. Let's, I'm gonna do these real quick. Also, yeah, we're super close to getting max reputation. So we're gonna go, yeah. We're gonna drop off these 3 requests and then we'll move on from there. Amber is kind of annoying. She's not that bad. But yeah, big thing of note right now is we need to still grind out what everyone needs. Obviously, like, Chongyun needs Core Lapis. And what I might end up doing is, like, for those who show up to the Genshin streams, if you don't mind, I may, like, ask at some points, be like, hey, will anyone allow me to go to their world so I can just grab their Core Lapis from Mount Huang real quick, and then I'll be on my way. It would actually be, I'd grab it from the bottom of Mount Aozang, or sorry, Hula. I just combined these two for some reason. I'd go to the bottom of Mount Aozang to grab that one, and then I'd grab Mount Hula's Core Lapis. So, like, that's something that I would want to do. Because I need that for 3 people now. I need that for Ketching, I need that for Zhongli, and I need that for Chongyun. So I'm going to be in dire need of, like, grabbing that sort of stuff. The only other thing is Sucrose. Sucrose has Windwheel Asters, which we already have enough of. Like all she needs is the 2 greens, so we're good. And then the only other one would be D-Luke. D-Luke already has enough small lamp grasses. So all we really need is fire stuff for him. However, D-Luke is actually one of the ones I'm not really worried about leveling to level 90. Main reason being is because he's already friendship level 10, and I don't want to use people who are friendship level 10. What was that? What was that? Treasure Sealy, do you do something? Did you just show me where those are? Chong Yun definitely doesn't, because he increases leeway stuff. Did you just... What the hell was that? Hold on. What was that? Does anyone know what that was? Was that you, Treasure Sealy? What the hell was that? I'm honestly legitimately confused. Like, I've never seen something point me directly to other unique materials. I don't know if the Treasure Sealy does that, but it doesn't look like it does. That was really weird. That was actually super crazy. Alright, gotta go to Man the Jack real quick. Hello. There's your hero in training. So I think we get that for doing 30 requests. Yep. That's that maxed. So we have to do 30 bounties. And we gotta do a few of these. I have finally done Whispers in the Wind, by the way, once. It's actually an adorable, a really adorable mission. It's actually super adorable. I really like it. Alright, I'm gonna just check down here. I don't know if I'm reputation 7 now or not, but we'll see. No, we're close. So, 500, 300, 600. Yeah, okay, so next week we'll have Mondstadt maxed out, and then we're done with reputation quests for the time being. So, right now we're pretty much like end game sort of status here. It just, everything right now just revolves around getting everyone's weapons maxed, which is another thing. I need to grab more cores, which I'm going to mark off. I'm going to mark this as a core area, because I do need to grab more cores at some point. I also should show you guys the tree, because the tree is actually almost done, which is weird. Super fast. It's like super fast about how quick the tree was. So let's head on over here. Hello. Yeah, so this one's gonna take 1 full week to finish, and then we get the new wings. So I actually have all the wings unlocked by next week, more than likely. So that's actually really good. So, where does that leave us? I mean, we're also on our way to 54, like AR 54. We're 10,000 away, which is going to be done in about 4 days, maybe? 4 days if I'm not stupid. So with that being said... Actually, we also got Ganyu's quest, and Ganyu's quest will give AR experience. So... we'll be good there. Here's the one thing I'm worried about, right? I am not the max world level. World level 8 is the maximum. Which means that all of the enemies we've been fighting cap out at level 90. Which means using people like Chung Yoon and Sucrose who are level 80 might not become viable anymore. And fighting those bosses might be even more difficult. Hopefully they drop more things, but it definitely might be that they get more difficult as well. So I think here is going to be the idea. Yeah, that's going to be it. So, right now, or Genshin plan right now, is going to be ascending everybody to level 90 and getting everyone that is currently level 80, except for D-Luke, to level 90. After they get to level 90, we're going to start focusing on getting their weapons to level 90. I've been kind of putting off weapons quite a bit, and I think I'm definitely going to start focusing on weapons once we get more people to level 90. And then that way we can get that all taken care of. When it comes to... Now here's the other thing. It's like, wait, but Kit, you also need to make sure that they have proper artifacts, this, that, and the other. What are you going to do about that? Like, Tartaglia desperately needs some better artifacts. Buddy, you are suffering. Here's the cool thing. For, like, Chongyun, and or, like, for most people, fighting the Anemo Hypostasis and the Cryo Regisfine actually gives me a lot of artifacts that I can use for fusing and such. So I'm not going to be too worried about artifact experience moving forward, just because I'm going to have a whole lot of stuff that I can use. But I mean, I'm still going to be grinding artifacts for everybody who hasn't hit friendship level 10 yet. And then once we get somebody to friendship level 10, it's that as soon as they hit friendship level 10, we work on getting the next person leveled up. Which right now, I'm looking at... right now for Anemo, we don't have anybody, because pretty much we're almost maxed out with all Anemo people. We just have Jean and Sucrose left. So Jean's going to be probably the first one to hit rank 10. It's either going to be Jean or Venti, but I haven't been using Venti lately, so it's probably going to be Jean. So we're going to have Jean. Jean will then, we'll have Mona be the next one. Level her up. Then Amber, and then Noelle. I think this is going to be how it's going to go. I do want to use Ganyu and Albedo, right? But let's be real. There's a whole lot of people that like are streaming this game that are using like the 5 stars. And let's be real. I love Mona. She's great. So we're going to use Mona. But Ganyu and Albedo, they're being used a ton. Like a ton. And I don't dislike characters that are used a ton. Hell, I use Klee. Klee has used a ridiculous amount. And Ganyu lately has been used a shit ton. So we're not going to worry about Ganyu just yet. But, you know, I do want to get Amber to level 90. And I want to get Noelle to level 90. And then we just kind of keep going from there. Because then next we would have catching... Because here's what's going to probably be looking at. Jean goes first, so then we switch with Mona. Klee will probably be next, which will switch with Amber. And then Venti will probably be the one after that, which will be then Noelle. After that, I'm thinking catching is going to be the next one to hit that. To which we will have, well, we'll have an arrow user. Tartaglia is still an arrow user, so that's 2 arrow users. So with that being said, I'm going to probably have Bidu be the next one after that. Which looks good. So we'll use her after that. If you guys are wondering who probably the last person we're going to level is, I'm going to be real. It's either going to be Zhang or Bennett. And not to say that either of these characters are bad. Actually, Zhang is really good. And Bennett actually has some really good synergies with a lot of people. The problem is Bennett I don't have a good weapon for. I legitimately don't. I got the Lion's Roar when looking for Ganyu, which is actually, fun fact, Catching's preferred weapon. Increases damage against opponents affected by Pyro or Electro by 20% and attack percent increase. Like, this is the one we're going to have to level up a ton. So, that is... It's a little bit unfortunate there. Oh, we did get another sacrificial sword, so I guess we can upgrade Chi-Chi's sword. So sweet, Chi-Chi sword's next. Albedo's still gonna be using that sword. But yeah, like, look at all these swords. They're like super low level. Except for Catchings, which could be better, right? So leveling up all these is gonna be preferred. Big things to note is we're gonna focus on leveling up Jean and Catching sword for right now. Then everyone else kind of falls into place. Bidu, I think I have her sword now. So it's one of these swords or something. Now here's something else that was talked about. So for those who remember, Zhang actually can show this. So for those who remember, I've gotten 2 of the Primordial Jade Wing Spears, and I've gotten 2 of the Skyward Spines. As you can see, they are not really, like, leveled up, so we should probably worry about that later. But I've gotten 2 of these. For any other, like, legendary weapon I get moving forward, which in this case, like, I know I've gotten 2 Almost Bows. Almost Bow actually is very situational, so, you know, I'm right now Tartaglia is using it, but Tartaglia is supposed to be using a different bow, so we'll worry about that later. Funny enough, Ganyu is supposed to be using the Almost Bow. She's actually really, really good with the Almost Bow. Sorry, besides the point, any 5-star weapons we get in the future, I'm not gonna merge them. Reason being is because some of these are so good for some characters that if we get them, I might just have to keep them around, preferably. Some of the 4-stars are better, but there are some that are like, yeah, definitely need to keep that in mind. Favonius Codex. Do I not have another Favonius Codex? I do have another Favonius Codex. When you're doing polls, you just get a lot of weapons. So yeah. You two are the only ones that are behind. So yeah, I think we'll be good there. I'm also want to show off the archives real quick for this. So yeah. Royal Longsword, the Blackcliff Longsword. So any Royal or Blackcliff things are all in the shop for the greater stuff. Snowtorm Star Silver I have to craft. Serpent Spine is from the Battle Pass. These 2 are being crafted. Blackcliff, Royal. Yeah, so these 2 are crafted spears. This one's from the store. This one's from the store. This one's from the Battle Pass. Store, craft, store, craft, store, the Viridescent. I don't know if the Viridescent is... Well, it must be. You're probably for the battle pass. You are. Cool. So like pretty much all of the 4-star stuff that I'm missing at this point, like for equipment wise, is all in that like really expensive store, the one that I keep using my shards to get. So I'm not too worried about getting those. Plus the battle pass, like I just don't really care. All of these 5 stars are from pulls. I want the Skyward Blade. The Skyward Blade is actually super, super good for one of my characters. And then literally every single one of these that are down here are also really important. So that's what we're kind of looking at there.
Exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial arts to conquer evil. There are other means to the same end, but they are not the true way.
Okay. Do you think that Chongyun and Chi-Chi don't get along? Chongyun's an exorcist, Chi-Chi's the zombie.
I ride on wind and cloud alike.
I don't know. Alright, well that's gonna be it though for Genshin for right now. So thank you guys so much for watching the Genshin portion. We're gonna switch games. And I'm just gonna do that just right now. So we're going to close game. Let me just update. Let's stream manager. You get to do it. We get Chi-Chi? Sure, I guess.